Welcome back to my spooky channel. Welcome back to Everything is Spooky and Halloween. So I am back with another video here tonight, and I am super excited to share this video tonight. I am very happy, and I am going to be unboxing another electronic, which I will get to at the end of the video like it always is. But first, I am going to do a spooky unboxing, because we know that everything on this channel is always spooky. So there's always a spooky twist every single time on any video that I do on my Halloween spooky channel. So, but before we get to the main attraction, which this is what this video is all about, I do have a Target pickup. And earlier today, I was, going through Target like I always do, just to see what kind of cool stuff they have. And something crossed my mind when I looked in one section. And I definitely had to have it. I definitely had to have it once I caught my eyes on it. I had to walk out with it. And they only had one left of it. And as you can see, it's in this Target bag right here, which I'm about to reveal it in just a second. And they only had one of this just laying randomly in the aisle on the shelf. And they only had one. So I figured now's my time to get it, because who knows, I may not see it ever again if I ever go in there. They only have one. And I had a little bit of a Target gift card, so I used up the remaining balance of that, and I ended up purchasing this. So let's get rid of the Target bag, which is, no one wants to see that. Throw it to the side. And I picked up this cool Wednesday thing. It looks like a remote control type Wednesday hand, so it actually does move. This actually really crossed my mind. I really definitely had to get it once I saw it. This is actually based on the Wednesday series on Netflix. As you can see, it does have, it obviously does have Wednesday Addams right here on the side, or should I say Jenna Ortega. So you see half of her face there. And this is based on the Wednesday series on Netflix, so it is not based on the actual movie. And then in the back, I mean, it's pretty cool packaging. It does say, I mean, it looks kind of unique. It looks really cool. It does say Wednesday Thing RC. So it says it does have USB compatible, so I'm assuming that you charge this. Long range up to 2 distance, and then it says 6620M. I don't know what that means. 2.4 GHz, and that's pretty much all it says. It really doesn't tell you exactly what this is, but you kind of get the idea. And over here inside of this, you do get like this button here that you could press. Obviously, you're not going to see it turn on because it's not going to obviously turn on inside the box. But I think you just press this, and then this actually moves like on the floor. That looks kind of cool. So I definitely have to get this. I think this was $30, so it is a little bit on the pricey side, but you got to understand you are paying for the name since it is a Wednesday series on Netflix. So I definitely, like I said, I had the leftover funds on one random Target gift card that I had, so I definitely wanted to get this to use up the remaining balance. So this looks really cool. I can't wait to actually unbox this and check this out. It looks really cool, obviously. And like I said, they only had one left of these, and I definitely had to get it because I love Wednesday. I can't wait for Wednesday Season 2 to come out on Netflix at some point, which we don't really know. But I can't wait to check that out. So that is the spooky part of this channel, which I'm not actually going to unbox this because there is a lot to it. And obviously, like I said, you probably have to add batteries or charge it. It may not even work right away. So we're not even going to unbox it on this video right now, but I wanted to show you what I picked up from Target earlier today. So I'm super excited to have this. I will check this out at the end of the video, or tomorrow I will actually open this up and check this out. So I'm super excited for that. So anyway, we'll put that to the side for just a second, and we're going to get to the main attraction of the video. And that is the ps5 Slim. So I have done a video on my channel before of the ps5 Pro. If you haven't checked that out, you can check that out on my older channels as well. Which I did have the ps5 Pro, obviously. And, obviously with the ps5 Pro, I feel like it just wasn't doing it for me. It just didn't reach the expectations as I thought it did. So I ended up just getting rid of the ps5 Pro. So I no longer have the PlayStation 5 Pro, if you are wondering. Because then you're going to wonder, well, you already have a PS5. But I no longer have the PS5 Pro. I ended up having it for like a few days, and then I ended up just returning it back to Target. Wasn't really for me. But like I said, if you haven't checked out that video on my channel, you could still check that out on my older videos. So I ended up just going with the ps5 Slim. Like I said, I had this extra credit from Target as well. So I wanted to actually upgrade to a PlayStation 5 once again. I currently still have my PS4 Pro, which is in the middle of my shelf right there, which I do love my PS4 Pro. I don't play it as much as I really should, but I do love my PS4 Pro, and I'm going to have that forever. I just love that system. I got a really good deal at GameStop, last year, and it's in really good condition for a pre-owned system. There's not like one scratch on it, so that's sitting on my shelf right there. Then obviously I have my Switch OLED over there, and then I have my normal Switch in the other room, and now I'm about to put this in the other room as well to use up the HDMI port. But before I get to that, I did pick up a cheap vertical stand from Amazon. Now, this isn't the Sony vertical stand. This is just a normal, or should I say just a third-party stand. As you can see, it does say vertical stand. It does not have Sony's insignia on it whatsoever. So this is like a cheap stand I got for about, I think, $20 on Amazon, which isn't bad. And if you did get the Sony one, you would pay about $30 for this. So you would pay about like $10 more to get the Sony one, which I don't really think it's much of a difference, because by looking at the box, it looks exactly like the Sony one. So we're actually going to unbox this right now. I don't plan on keeping this box, so it really doesn't matter if I actually do end up ripping it. So I wanted to go on the cheaper route this time. Like I said, I didn't want to spend the extra $30 on the Sony one. I don't know if it's like different or the same. But yeah, and this was only $20. Like I said, I do plan on having my PS5 Slim standing vertically. So I definitely had to get a stand. I wasn't sure if I actually wanted one. I actually thought I was actually going to, lay it, horizontal, flat. But I feel like the PS5 was meant to be stood up vertically. That's just my honest opinion. I know a lot of people, some people have it laying down, some people have it standing up. I just think with the design that Sony went with it, I kind of feel like holding it, having it standing up looks better. So I'm going to put this to the side for just a second. Can't wait to check that out, though. And now let's take a look at the vertical stand. So like I said, this is the $20 one that I got off Amazon. Looks exactly like the PlayStation one if you did go with that one, and there's nothing else inside the box. Just comes in this wrapping right here, and this is pretty much what the stand looks like. So like I said, I mean, I don't really see a difference from the Sony one. Kind of looks like it's the same design, unless it is a little bit different in a way. And then as I'm seeing in here, oh, okay, there's the screw. I was wondering where the screw was. They put the screw right there. So basically, I know with the Sony one, though, they did have the instructions on how to actually do this. Actually, instructions are in the back right there, if you could see. But it does come with the screw. You definitely do need the screw, obviously, to, install these stands. So this will come in handy, obviously. So put that to the side for just a second. So this is what the stand looks like for $20. Looks like a normal stand. It looks like some cool aluminum, so it doesn't look cheapy or anything. It just looks kind of cool. I mean, for $20, you don't have to buy the Sony brand. This looks just exactly the same. So put that to the side for just a second, obviously. So I do plan on holding my PS5 in a vertical standpoint. So put that to the side right here. And now we're going to get to the main attraction of the video, and that is the spooky PS5 Slim. So before we get to the unboxing video, let me tell you exactly about the PS5 Slim. So like I said, I had the Pro, which I said I've done an unboxing video of it. It just wasn't meeting my expectations. I felt like the system was just too expensive, and I know I did rant about it during that unboxing video. So if you have watched it, you exactly know what I was saying about it. So, I guess it was just a tryout. It was just for me to try it out to see how I would like it. Obviously, it didn't, like I said, it didn't reach my expectations whatsoever. I returned it. Felt like if I was going to get a PS5 again, I'm just going to go with the cheaper model, which is the Slim model, as you see right here. And that's exactly the route that I decided to go this time around. So like I said, I did an in-store pickup here for the PS5 Slim all digital from Target. I actually did it from the app, and then I did an in-store pickup. And then earlier today, I ended up just picking it up today. So as you can see, it does have my order number pickup with my name on it as guest pickup. As you can see, they put it on the box, so that's kind of cool. It has my name and the pickup number. So I did an in-store pickup for that, and this is the PS5 All Digital Edition. So they have this one, and they also have the disc one. This one is $449, and then if you buy the disc one, it's $499. So it's like $50 more. But I already actually have the disc drive. So if I do want to upgrade to actually install the disc drive, I could do that as well if I plan on playing physical games for the PS5. But as of right now, like I said, I do have that option because I still do have the disk drive from the Pro. So like I said, if I want to install it and use it for this, I can at some point. So that's good to have that option. But I am going to be playing this all digital. That is my main idea, since this is an all digital system, which obviously you could easily install the disk drive on the system with no problem. So like I said, this is the all digital PS5. It's $449. The disk drive is $500. But like I said, I already have the disk drive, and I didn't want to spend the extra $50. That made no sense once I had the disk drive. So I ended up just going with the cheaper version, which is the PS5 Slim All Digital. So the box is obviously a lot more slimmer and lighter than the PS5 Pro, obviously. So obviously the box is a lot smaller. It's not as heavy. It's a lot lighter. So this is the slim model. So it is going to be a little bit thinner compared to the PS5 Pro, which that box was actually kind of big and kind of heavy, which I will admit. But yeah, no, this is definitely a lot slimmer. As you can see, the sides of the box looks a lot slimmer than the Pro box. So we're going to take a look at it. The all digital version of the PS5, which you see here, has it's a black box. So if you get the digital, it will be black. If you get the disc drive one, it will be all white. I kind of like the box black anyway, because black is my favorite color. So I definitely like how the all digital one looks. So we'll take a look at the packaging. It does show you a picture of the PS5 all digital standing up right there in vertical mode. And then you do see the PS5 controller on the box, as well as this. And then on top, it does say that it has 4K 120 FPS HDR, and it also says disc-free gaming. So obviously there is no disc drive. Thank you, Sony, for letting us know that. And it is the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, as you can see there. And then on the side of the box, it has the contents. So it does say it comes with a PlayStation 5 Digital Edition console, DualSense wireless controller, 2 horizontal stand feet, which I have extra ones, HDMI cable, AC power cord, USB cable, printed materials, and also has a downloadable code for Astro's Playland, which, by the way, I don't really care so much about that game anyway, but they gave you a free game with that, which that was the launch title for the original PS5 back in 2020. Then on the side of the box, it shows you a picture of the PS5 Digital standing up vertically with the controller. And I kind of would like the digital one because it doesn't have the bump with the disc drive. I feel like with the disc drive, it has that bump. So I kind of feel like with the digital, it just kind of looks kind of cool standing up, just super thin without that bumpy disc drive. So I feel like it just looks a lot better. But that's just my honest opinion. And then in the back of the box, it shows you the games that you could play on the PS5. So if I remember, that is Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, I believe, The Last of Us, and God of War. So that are the PlayStation exclusive games. Obviously, I did love The Last of Us. I did play that a long time ago since it's a spooky game. This game I didn't really care so much about. God of War, in my opinion, was good too as well. And Spider-Man, I don't really care so much about that. So they're advertising the PlayStation 5 lineup of games. And then in the back, it does say, play like never before. Lightning speed, harness the power of a custom CPU and SSD with integrated 1 out of 10 that rewrite the rules of what a PlayStation console could do. Breathtaking immersion, discover a deeper gaming experience with support for haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio technology. And also stunning games. Marvel at incredible graphics and experience new PS5 features. Play back of catalog of supported PS4 digital games. So all you got to do is just connect to your PlayStation account. And since this is an all digital console, you just download the games. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a 1 terabyte. But for some reason, Sony doesn't really tell you what it is. Like, I'm looking on the box, it doesn't even tell you how much solid-state drive this has. But I do believe this has a 1 terabyte SSD. I believe so, because I do remember the original PS5 was only like a 500, 600 gigs. So I think you're getting a 1 terabyte with the PS5 Slim, even with the disc drive, too. I know with the PS5 Pro, you got that 2 terabyte, since the system was like $700. This, you're getting a 1 terabyte. But that should be plenty of storage, especially for me, since I don't really plan on playing a lot of games that take up most of the space. So a 1 terabyte would definitely take me a while to fill up, because my PS4 Pro is also a 1 terabyte too, which I have like 2 or 3 games on it, and I have tons of space. So I feel like the 1 terabyte PS5 Slim is going to last me a very long time, depending on, like I said, the games that I download. So now we are going to unbox it here. Like I said, I do plan on keeping this box. So I do plan on unboxing this in the pristine condition like I always do. And there is some tape up top here, as you can see. So like I said, I ended up just going with the digital one, $449. You can't go wrong with the price. Like I said, the Pro was just super pricey for the amount of money it is. So we are going to break the tab here, which was very simple. I am actually going to stand up as I actually unbox this because I don't want to damage the box. I know sometimes these things get caught inside of it, so I'm actually going to stand up. So I'm super excited to actually finally own a PS5. I think it's safe to say that, since I was not happy with the Pro. Target has a good return policy, by the way. I'm very happy with the way they did it. Waited a while, felt like I didn't need a PS5 because, like I said, I was happy with my PS4 Pro, but figure I upgrade to the digital edition. I feel like going digital this time around for Sony, since my PS4 Pro is just a disk drive. Like I said, I do have that option to add the disk drive over time, but for now, I think I'm just going to stick with all digital because that's what I bought. So I'm going to try to pull this out. So I'm going to try to actually shake it out, kind of. So my next console unboxing would be the Switch 2, so stay tuned for that. And also, this pops right out with no problem. So this is definitely the way to unbox it, just like that, obviously. And the box is in perfect condition, as you can see. So that actually worked out a lot easier as I thought. So I'm going to put the box to the side for just a second, and let's see what we get inside the box. So I am going to stand up as I do this, just so you could get a further understanding. I know the PS5 Slim came out back in 2022, or 2023, so the system's like 2 years old. But, you know, like I said, for an older system, you know, it's slimmer. It's definitely smaller than the original. I just remember on launch back in 2020, the original was just so big and bulky, and the way it fit near your TV, it just looked horrible. I mean, I don't know why Sony went with a system so big. I don't know why they couldn't just have the Slim Edition from the very beginning. But you know how Sony always does it. They always make the original model, then they go with the Slims, and then over time they make the Pros. So they did the same thing with the PS5, obviously. But yeah, I mean, obviously the Slim is going to be a lot better, you know, with your TV. Never seen this Slim in person before, so this is the very first time. So we are going to unbox it here. So the first thing we are greeted with is we do have our power cable. So this will boot up the PS5 Slim, as you can see right here. I do plan on putting the wires back in the box as expected, like I always do. So there's the power cord as we put to the side. Like I said, it's better just standing up here, so it's easier to unbox. Then over here, you do have the little stand. So I do have extra ones of these, just because when I bought the stand before, it came with them. But yeah, these are the stands if you want to hold the system like flat down in horizontal mode. But I'm actually not going to use these because I plan on putting my PS5 in vertical mode. But I am actually going to actually just take these out of the baggie. Now, these are very easy to lose, so be careful with that. And I feel like, yeah, they could have done something better. I feel like they could have actually included the vertical stand with the PS5 Slim, but they didn't. The only things they give you is this. So that's what makes the launch PS5 the best, because they did come with the vertical stand inside the box. With the PS5 Slim and the Disc 1 and the Pro, they only give you this little stand, which I feel like, again, Sony could have gave you the actual stand, but that's sold separately if you want it vertically. So then over here, we do have our high-speed HDMI cable. So this is actually the same HDMI cable as the original PS5. So nothing really has changed with that. Try to unbox it here. A little tight here. All right, so there is the HDMI cable. So put that to the side. And then over here, we do have our AC adapter to charge the DualSense controller, kind of like the DualShock for the PS4. So we got that there. And then we are looking at the DualSense controller, which is the new controller by Sony. So nothing really changed here. Here is the DualSense wireless controller. Same idea. We all know what it looks like by now. Nothing really changed with that. Try to package everything the way it is. And then last but not least, we should have the system itself. So like I said, it does not come in any games. I know the Slim did have some bundles at some point, but this one didn't. Like I feel like they could have gave you at least like a digital game for this, like right out of the box, but Sony really doesn't do that. They kind of just like download your own games type thing. And then over here, we do have our PS5 quick startup guide, or safety guide, excuse me, which we're not going to read that. And then we do have our quick startup guide, which we're not going to use that either. I think we pretty sure how to use a PS5 by now. But thank you, Sony, for giving us that, just for the record. And last but not least, here is the system itself. So we'll put the box to the side for just a moment. And it comes in these egg cartons, just like how the PS5 Pro was. Take it out. And gently, we are going to unwrap the PS5. Now, I do have all these other extra stuff in here, so I'm going to put this to the side just so I don't lose it. Like all these bits and pieces just hanging everywhere. Don't want to lose it. And let's take a look at this Slim Edition. So it does feel a lot lighter in the hands. I could already tell the difference with the Slim model. So they are advertising that, yes, this is like 90% lighter compared to the original. Don't want to go too long on this video, just in case my camera dies. I am filming on the iPad 10th generation, if you must know. And here is the PS5 Slim. Wow. And I definitely got to say, this definitely is very, very light. And I really like what they did with it here compared to the original. So they went with a half glossy look and half matte finish. I mean, I don't really like the glossy look just because it does get scratched over time. But again, they did this with the, you know, they do this once in a while. And this is really, really nice. I really like how light this is. I'm literally holding this in one hand and it's super light. So this is a Slim, so it does have the one line instead of the Pro that had the 3 lines. It's got your same connectors in the back. And since it is an all-digital system, you do not have the disk drive sticking out. You just have it nice and thin.